Hello, welcome to 5-8, multiplying mixed numbers. So again, we're going to be working with fractions or mixed numbers and learning how to multiply them when we come to a situation that looks a little different. Our goal is to multiply mixed numbers and to practice different strategies. When you're taking your notes, make sure you label each strategy so when you go back, you can figure out which one you like best. So make sure you take really good notes on this one. It's going to be very helpful for your test. All right, so first we're going to practice multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. And I would write that down. Multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. So if you get to a spot where it's multiplying a fraction with a mixed number, you'll know exactly in your notes where to look. All right, so first we're going to start off by writing 1½ as an improper fraction because we know how to multiply fractions by fractions. So let's turn that mixed number into a fraction. So if I have 1/3 times 1 1/2, remember to get a mixed number into a fraction, I circle up. So I multiply 1 times 2, and then I add 1 to it. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 more would be 3/2 times 1/3. And then I just have to multiply my numerators and denominators. So I do 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now I can simplify, I see, because I'm really good with my multiplication facts. So if I divide both the numerator and denominator by 3, I would get 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2, so my answer is 1/2 if I multiply 1/3 by 1 1/2. All right, so let's try another one. So this is pretty much the same thing, just our mixed numbers first. So again, we're going to write our mixed number as as an improper fraction. So when you're doing that, I want to make sure you write that down. Write mixed number as, oops, I don't know why that didn't read, as an improper fraction. I don't think I can fit fraction in there. That's just kind of in words writing what we're doing. So I have 1 1/5 times 2/3. Now this is exactly how I would show your work if you're doing it on your homework. So I'd multiply. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. So I'd have 6/5 times 2/3. Again, I just multiply. Oh, I could simplify before. If I divided this by 3, I'd get a 2. If I divided this by 3, I'd get a 1. That'll make things a little bit easier. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5. So 4/5 is our answer here. And that's it. All right, let's practice one more to make sure you've really got it. All right, so again, we're going to change that mixed number into an improper fraction. So I have 3/4 times 2 1/3. I'm going to circle up. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. So I would really have 7/3 times 3/4. Oh, I can simplify before. I see I have a 3 and a 3. So if I divided those both by 3s, I'd be left by a 1, left with a 1. So now I'm just doing 1 times 7 over 4 times 1. Okay, so we're done, but we should really move this back into a mixed number. So I could do the top divided by the bottom to figure out what my mixed number would be. 4 goes into 7 is 1 time. The 3 left over, so it would be 1 3/4 fourths. Another way I could do that is I would say 4 goes into 7 one time, and there are 3 left over, and it's out of 4 pieces. But anyways, 1 3/4. When in doubt, divide the top by the bottom to change your improper fraction into a mixed number. All right, now we're going to try something new. This one is multiplying mixed numbers. So that is, what do we do if we're going to multiply a mixed number by a mixed number? So the first option is to keep doing what we've been doing. Change them both into improper fractions. So let's write that. Change mixed number. Wow, that says number into an improper fraction. So that's just kind of our little notes on the side. This is our heading, and then our notes. So if I have 2 1/2 times 1 1/3, really this doesn't take a lot of space. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 more is 5 over 2. And then 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4 over 3. Keep our denominators the same, they don't change. Is there any simplifying I can do beforehand? Yep, divide by 2. Divide by 2. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 1 times 3 is 3. So now to get my answer, I can divide the top by the bottom. 3 goes into 10 3 times, with 1 left over. So my answer is 3 1/3. So I can write that here. 3 1/3 is my final answer. All right, let's practice a couple more. 1 1/4 times 1 1/3. So again, we can change those mixed numbers into an improper fraction. You guys, this is really the simplest way to do it. So let's do 1 1/4 times 1 1/3. Now I know I said we're going to practice different ways. The next one is a little bit different. We'll be practicing using the distributive property. But anyways, let's continue on this one. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5/4. Bottom denominator stays the same. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. Denominator stays the same. Now I'm looking diagonally. Is there anything I can simplify? Yep, 4 divided by 4 divided by 4. That's it. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. Then I could divide my numerator, by my bottom or the denominator. 3 goes into 5 once. There are 2 left over. So my answer would be 1 2/3. There we go. And it's already simplified. So let's practice now using the distributive property, which is pretty fun. So the reason we can do the distributive property is because I'm multiplying a whole number by a mixed number. So we'll write that up here. The distributive property. Now we've practiced these in our multiplication packets too. How to do the distributive property. So what that looks like is, first I'm going to say I'm going to multiply 5, and I'm going to break up my 3 and my 2/11ths. To give you a quick reminder here, when I would do my distributive property before, we'd do something like 5 times 76, and I'd break it into 5 times 70 plus 6, right? Because then I can do 5 times 70 plus 5 times 6, because I'm distributing that 5 to both of my terms inside the parentheses. So then 5 times 70, I can do that really quickly because 5 times 7 is 35. And then I just add my 0. 350 plus 5 times 6 is 30. So then I just have to add 350 and 30, and I would get 380. So that is a way to practice doing mental math. I could multiply 5 times 76 out, but this is just a way, if you don't have a quick calculator or a quick piece of paper, you can say, okay, what is 5 times 70 plus 5 times 6? So we're going to do that same thing, except for this time we're just breaking our whole number away from our fraction number. As you can see here, I just said 3 plus 2 11. So now I'm going to distribute that 5, and I'm going to say, what is 5 times 3 plus 5 times 2 11ths. Now, remember when we multiply fractions, we do our whole number over 1. So I'll start off by doing my whole numbers. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 11 is 11. So then if I added those together, it would be 15 and 10 11ths. Not too bad there. Now again, this is only a way the only reason you would do this is if it is a whole number multiplied by a fraction. That kind of makes things a little bit easier, hopefully. So our answer is 15 and 10 11ths here. So that really should be about it. That's the last practice problem that I have for you guys. This video is a little bit longer, but we have a lot of problems to go through. Hopefully you'll come tomorrow feeling very confident. Anyways, thank you for watching.